Hey guys, it's me, Carly, coming at you with another video. And as you can tell, my hair looks a little different. These are the braids I got done. I posted a picture of these on Twitter. They are officially a month and 5 days old, so they're looking very worn down. And two of them fell out because they were at the nape and they were like coming out anyway, so I pulled them out, which these are actually braided combined with my real hair that grows from my scalp. Excuse me, I have to drink water, otherwise my throat gets really dry. And then another thing was I got these done on the 13th of August because the day because I would get these done on the 13th of August because the day after I went and saw my boyfriend, and then I got to meet my nephew who lives 5 hours away from where my boyfriend lives. So we took a road trip to see my nephew, and it was really fun because he lives in like Mississippi, Tennessee, and he's a baby and he's so cute and drooly. But on today's topic is how Disney failed Coco Jones. I'm not sure how many of you caught her live, but it's up on her channel. It was a few days ago, and I was lucky enough to catch it while it was, live, not after, while it was pre-recorded. So I got to comment on the live stream while it was happening, so that was pretty cool. And how Disney failed her, and how colorism is a really, really terrible problem. Because not only did Disney fail her, they failed Keke Palmer. I mean, Keke freaking Palmer, which she did eventually get her own show on Nickelodeon. And I just realized that Disney Channel hasn't had a black-led show with a darker-skinned female lead since Ant Farm. And China Anne McClain, and that was like 13 years old. And I also tend to forget that Coco Jones and China Anne McClain are the same age. And I also so that means they're both younger than me. Because sometimes I forget Coco Jones is younger than me. That's not silly. I forget she's younger. And Disney Channel was also supposed to have a show with Keke Palmer and Jamal. It was called Keke and Jamal was played by that actor who played Jackson's black best friend Cooper from Hannah Montana. And how they didn't get a show, I will never understand. Because, I am like so desperate for black-led shows. And which is why I'm going to start watching Girlfriends, because 4 black females, well, technically one's biracial, but who cares? 4 black female friends on a show together. Tracy Ellis Ross is playing a full black woman, but she's biracial, just to make that clear. I know there's a difference, but that's what I need. And then you had That's So Raven, even though I thought Raven was mixed for a while, even though she's not. She's just very light-skinned, like Storm Reed. And for those of you who don't know Storm Reed, she was on oh my gosh, A Wrinkle in Time, and she played a mixed girl, but she's not mixed. She's fully black. She's just very light-skinned, and Raven's very light-skinned. And the two black-led movies on Disney Channel were Jumpin', which technically the lead was biracial because Corbin Bleu is a biracial man. However, there were plenty of non-ambiguous black girls. Keke Palmer, the snotty black girl from Hannah Montana. Ashley Knowles, I think. Her last name is Knowles. I know that for certain. And then a whole bunch, and it was filmed in Canada, so there was like that dark-skinned black girl who played Chantel on Degrassi, Chantel Black. But she ended up being a snot in this movie. But it was a black-led movie, and then Let It Shine. We get like 2 black-led movies, and the rest are like led with other races or led with lighter-skinned women. or, you know, where the dark-skinned women are on the side, and Coco Jones, Disney failed Coco Jones because Let It Shine was apparently supposed to have a sequel, and I was like, what? It was supposed to have a sequel? I mean, I would have been down for that because Coco Jones in Let It Shine was only 14. Can you believe that? And now Coco Jones is 22. I mean, Coco Jones. How could Disney just put her in as a side character? Like, she was the one ditzy girl in Good Luck Charlie. I already forgot her character's name, but I know it was Coco Jones. And then she's been in So Random, and her rise to fame was the Let It Shine movie. And she thought she was gonna her career was gonna launch, and that she was gonna get a sequel, she was gonna get her own show, I'm like, but nah. No. I mean, she dropped out in her live. She said that she dropped out of school for this and became homeschooled to pursue her dreams and goals, and then what happened? Like, none of her careers took off. I mean, it's kind of like that deal. The same thing happened with Normani, and how Normani's team failed her, because we really haven't heard anything about Normani since Motivation, and Coco Jones really hasn't done anything big. I mean, she does have some movies coming out, like, what's it called? I think it's a vampire movie that's coming out sometime on Netflix, and I really hope that her career kicks off because she deserves it. She's still young and she's so beautiful. Like, her music's amazing. It's very relatable, and it's not like her music. I mean, Coco Jones looks like a younger version of Jennifer Hudson. I mean, they have like similar face shapes, lip shapes, their style of music's very similar. And I'm just like, why? But of course, she was told that they wanted her to sound sellable. And we all know, or most of us should know, what that means, because they wanted her to sound white. That is what they meant. I mean, black music. Why is it that black things, or things rooted in black culture, are deemed unsellable, but then people will use it for their own monetary gain and put it on as a costume, or like credit white people even though black people invented it? But then black stuff is unsellable, and then you're gonna tell dark-skinned girls they're unsellable, but then you have Zoe Saldana out here in foolish reverse clown makeup being Nina Simone. And it just shows colorism is a problem across the board, because the only two black-led movies are freaking Jump In and Let It Shine. And Let It Shine is like a very underrated movie, because you have Tyler James Williams, aka Chris from Everybody Hates Chris, Trevor Jackson, you got the Bailey sisters in the movie. Like, they were in the first part of the movie. I don't know if they're in the rest of the movie. And then you have Coco Jones, who was literally a 14-year-old girl while she was in that movie. And although Tyler James Williams, little brother Tyrell Jackson Williams. Oh, just so you know, the actor Tyler James Williams has two younger brothers, and their names both start with T, and their middle name starts with a J. So all their initials are TJW. Even though Tyler's little brother is the same age as Coco Jones, And they were supposed to be a love interest, but that was kind of weird, even though Trevor Jackson probably would have been the better option for a love interest, because Coco Jones, once again, was a 14-year-old in that movie. She was 14 when she sang. I mean, that girl can sing, even as a young girl, even at 9 years old. She can sing. I mean, her cover of Chandelier, is better than the original by Sia. Royals is way better. The song, just about anything, most covers she does are better than the actual artist who wrote them. And when she was talking about how her career didn't take off and the colorism that played a part in her career not taking off, she even, like, just listen to the song Just My Luck. The lyrics, cookie cutter, is my melanin offensive? I'm like, it seems to be deemed offensive, because when you've ever cast a dark-skinned girl even in an all-black show, especially when the light-skinned girl or someone who looks like me is in the lead, do you ever notice how the darker-skinned black girl is normally aggressive? I mean, you have Loka from That's So Raven, the tall, dark-skinned girl who was Raven's age, who had a crush on Eddie. She was super loud and a bully and aggressive, but she was, like, pretty. And then you have Dejanay, who is overweight. That blonde hair, I don't know what they're thinking with. I mean, the hair is fine, but I would have just picked a different style. She's overweight, she's dark-skinned, she's loud, ghetto, and ratchet. That's like the one time you cast and she's like the stereotypical example of just that one girl, of a dark-skinned girl. And then you have Casey Undercover, dark-skinned dad, clearly a black dad, a black son, who he's clearly dark-skinned and he's clearly black. And then you have, I don't know the actress who plays the mom on Casey Undercover. I just know she was Greta on Family Matters, Eddie Winslow's girlfriend. A lighter-skinned black woman. She's nowhere near as dark as her husband. And she's nowhere near as dark as her son. And then you have Zendaya. Obviously, she's mixed. She's mixed like me. And she's lighter skinned. And she's the lead. And then the little dark skinned girl you have on this show is the sassy black girl who happens to be a robot. And you named her Judy. But that actress is now in Mixed-ish as one of Rainbow's friends. The actress who plays Judy is in Mixed-ish. And then you have I already touched on That's So Raven. Like, the closest thing to the closest you're gonna get to a dark-skinned woman, besides Loka, is Tanya Baxter, but she eventually had to leave because the actress's mother, the actress who played Tanya, her mom, in real life got really sick. I don't know why I'm holding this pen, but I'm talking a lot, so sorry. Got really sick. So she had to leave to take care of her mom. Because her mom had cancer. But even when you do have, like, a dark-skinned female on a show, you replace them with a lighter-skinned girl, like Claire from My Wife and Kids. Then you had the Aunt Vivian incident where Janet Hubert, despite what a diva she was on set, was the superior Aunt Viv because she had personality, and I did a whole video on that. And then you bring in Daphne Maxwell Reid. She just was not Aunt Viv. Like, she did not have the personality. She did not have spunk. She didn't have, like, the sass of the original Aunt Viv, that, like, the vivaciousness of the original Aunt Viv. And then there was that awful Harriet Winslow situation. For those, like, Jo Marie Payton, a dark-skinned woman, was Harriet. It was original. Family Matters was originally her show. And I don't know. It all relates back to how Coco Jones is viewed, like, as if she's less desirable. And then you have the show Bunked with, or slash Jessie. I mean, Sky Jackson, aka the girl who plays Zuri. Of course, she's the sassy black girl. And then you have the blonde girly girl, Emma, who's obsessed with her looks, and she's just like the stereotypical blonde. And then you have Robbie, who is your stereotypical smart Asian guy. I don't know what Cameron Boyce was supposed to be, like the cool guy? He was just the laid back cool dude. That was my cup. But then Coco Jones doesn't even get a chance to shine. Stupid pun. And let it shine. I mean, the only place she got to be, her biggest break was Let It Shine. And then what happened? Like, nothing happened. Like, she is working for small roles and she doesn't get the amount of attention she deserves. Like, if she could play Princess Tiana and in live action, and if she could have played Anne Wheeler, she would have gotten way more notoriety in that way. Like, you failed Coco Jones and Keke Palmer. Keke Palmer was supposed to have a show on Disney Channel called Keke and Jamal with the actor from Hannah Montana who plays Jackson's black friend Cooper. But no, you just failed her because you wanted Coco Jones to sound sellable, meaning you wanted her to sound white, even though if black culture and black women are so unsellable, even though black women are a lot of times trendsetters of things and have started things, you take from them and then you call them unsellable. Well, you keep stealing from them even though it was their idea. Do you know what I mean? And then Coco said that they wanted her to do a whole bunch of things and it didn't align with her belief system because she cared more about the quality of things than, like, I don't know how to word it. Like, she didn't want to sell herself out and have to compromise who she was just to make it big. I mean, but it's like Coco Jones is so talented, and it's like this show, it just shows how much people look down upon black girls who look like Coco Jones, because it's really upsetting, because black women are the most beautiful women on this planet. And I'm not just saying that. Like, they are literally some of the most beautiful women I've ever laid my eyes on. And Coco Jones being one of those beautiful women. So Disney, and I've been rambling for a while, so if I repeated myself in this video, I'm sorry. But Disney, please give Coco Jones a chance. Like how you gave Keke Palmer a chance, and how you Jump In. And the media and Hollywood need to give Coco Jones a chance to shine and to really be as big as, like, Madison Pettis, which, by the way, she's in a show with Madison Pettis. I think it's called 5 Points. It's a Facebook show, but it's actually pretty good from what I can tell. Like, Coco Jones needs more opportunities. I mean, she sings so well. And she even mentioned on the live stream that she wanted to start her own team. Like, start her own team that can't be taken away from her, do things her way. And, like, I'm like, girl, do that. You need that support. You need support. But anyways, so that was my thoughts on Coco Jones. Again, sorry if this video was all over the place. And if you guys like this video, like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment down below, and have a good one.